used OpenClaw to plan out my whole trips to Amsterdam and back, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how that went. So in this next clip you're going to see me actually planning my journey to Amsterdam. I think it was like a day or two before heading out, interacting with OpenClaw and just basically getting my things booked, such as hotel, my shuttle, boarding pass, etc, etc. It was really good fun, and I think you're going to enjoy the results of this video. This is going to be interesting for the upload on YouTube, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go down, but you guys are probably watching, you probably just saw the intro to the video. Now I'm actually, this is recorded prior to the intro, so basically using OpenClaw here. Excuse me, this is my OpenClaw instance, and just basically asking it to plan my itinerary for me. So I'm traveling to Amsterdam, going to be taking Dad and my two children, so my two sons. Okay, this is where I need to come clean. I mentioned two sons, however, I made a big mistake, and this is where OpenClaw really helped. So I should have checked things. This is what happens when you do things last minute planning. But my son's passport had expired. I'm talking about my 8-year-old son. He was devastated. He looked forward to this trip like all week, well, I say all weekend, for a day or two, and lo and behold, his passport had expired. So I had everything booked. Immediately I went to OpenClaw and I started to basically start asking things on Telegram, interacting with OpenClaw, what's the refund policy, can I cancel my booking with booking.com, so on and so forth. So now I'm going to show you, long story short, I couldn't cancel anything because it was too short notice. So rather than taking my son, took my daughter instead. So it was my eldest son and my daughter rather than my youngest son, which really sucked for him, but it is what it is. And yeah, so now I'm just going to show you some interactions, bring them up on screen so you can see what it was exactly that I was asking OpenClaw via Telegram, and also just discuss what I was doing and how I was prompting, so you get to understand how I was getting OpenClaw to behave the way I wanted it to. That would really help me out during my time in Amsterdam. So let's come on to that now. Okay, so you can see here I've actually got my query in Telegram, just communicating with OpenClaw, just saying, can you check my emails for any emails from theshuttle.com with regards to my booking for this weekend's trip to Amsterdam. I believe there might be some information in there regarding insurance that I purchased for an extra £50 or so. Have a look around, etc, etc, etc. So this is one of the beauties of having AI, just to be able to connect to your mailbox and search for email, extract the relevant information, and just give you exactly what you need. So you can see it came back saying, I've got all the information from your booking reference, etc, etc. You know, you've got RAC, European breakdown cover, etc, etc, etc. What's covered, attention needed. It's also even told me that I also need to complete the API, which is the Advanced Passenger Information Form, basically just checking in the passengers, which is really cool. So straight away, going straight into OpenClaw, just getting a quick query answered with regards to the insurance that I purchased for this trip to Amsterdam. Really cool. So here's the trains waiting for us. Sunrise. Time now is 6:22 AM. Surprisingly quite high, these trains. There's actually a massive coach ahead of us. Alright, we're actually moving now. You see? Going through the tunnel shortly, so hopefully, yeah, not too long to go now. Okay, so here you can see I'm basically now asking it, saying, once I exit the shuttle and arrive in Calais, France, where's the nearest supercharger? And then if there's anything nearby, let me know. Any amenities such as food, toilets, etc. And what's the closest supercharger as soon as I arrive at Calais. And you can see here it's just coming up saying there's actually a supercharger right at the Calais Eurotunnel, supercharger, blah blah blah. But then it actually tells me this one's actually for those vehicles that are UK bound, so I can't use that one. So the backup one is to use this one here, Calais Le Hout. I'm only going to try and pronounce that, my French is terrible. But in short, this is exactly the one that I used to get some juice so I can continue my journey on to Amsterdam. Yeah, so basically drove through along Calais and then through Belgium on the outskirts and then into the Netherlands. All right, we have made it to France. Alright, this was a bit sketchy. Driving on the right side of the road, or as Brits would call it, the wrong side of the road, because we drive on the left hand side in the UK. But it felt normal after about 15 minutes of driving. It just felt like second nature. I'm going to thank all the Xbox games I've been playing for this, specifically Forza. But yeah, it just felt quite normal, to be honest with you. Roundabouts were pretty much normal. Just kept reminding myself that I had to turn right. Okay, so you can see here that I was asking OpenClaw, can you let me know if there's going to be any pastry shops or takeaways or any eateries nearby the canals in Amsterdam Central, because I'm going there now going to be there with my kids, and the last thing I want to find out is everything's shut by the time we get there. So then I came back saying, good news, the canal area is very much alive on Saturday afternoon. Here's what to head out for. And you can see it telling me that pancakes, and the popular place is the Pancake Bakery top pick. By the way, the information that's given me here is 100% correct. When I got there was a bit of a queue, but not massive, and this place was phenomenal. So yeah, the general vibe around the canals at this time was great, and yeah, managed to really enjoy it at the Pancake Bakery. So I got a picture of that here. So here's a picture of my daughter, and she is enjoying, or just about to tuck into, her extremely tasty pancake. And these, I tell you guys, these pancakes are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. This place overall just had a fantastic top-notch service. So OpenClaw did a very good job of recommending this place. It was great. And of course I had to get a quick father and daughter selfie, why not? So another thing I wanted to mention before I forget is I actually told OpenClaw that anytime I drop a pin from my location in Telegram, I expect you to use the metadata from this, basically the coordinates of where I am, to find things such as EV charging points nearby, ideally Tesla superchargers, if not then any other type 2 fast chargers, and also any local amenities nearby such as food places, so on and so forth. This really helped. So because I had that prior conversation of the Pancake Bakery, you can see at the bottom there it says 10-minute walk. So basically, prior to actually visiting the Pancake Bakery, I actually dropped this pin location, and it told me that I was only 10 minutes away. So pretty cool, very useful feature. If you're using OpenClaw, I highly recommend you do this. If you're out and about and using it for travel purposes, very handy. And finally, last day. So basically I prompted OpenClaw through Telegram again, just saying that we're on our last day. I think this was probably an early message to OpenClaw, like early. Actually, yeah, it was. You can see the timestamp on the bottom there is 8:22 in the morning. So I must have said something like, hey, this is my last day. What can I do, etc. And it recommended that I visit OpenClaw first. And I'm so glad I did. Guys, this place is heaven on earth. This place is full of tulips. It's just a big tulip park, something that Holland is very well known for. And yeah, this was just phenomenal. So had a great time here. Came back to Amsterdam, had some lunch, etc. Didn't end up going to Vondel Park, but yeah, for the rest of the stuff, we checked out some of the other places. Overall, very good recommendations. So yeah, got some clips to show you. Okay, so this is on the coach to OpenClaw, a shuttle that runs every half an hour, which is very convenient. About a 40-minute drive from Amsterdam, 45 minutes. So this was pretty cool. We actually entered the park, and the first thing to greet us was this massive Dutch street organ. Very cool. It was just playing some really well-known tunes, and the back of it was quite interesting. You can see all the mechanical parts moving. So this was an awesome walkway. Amazing place, just heaven on earth. Perfect time of year as well, given the fact it is spring, and so a lot of these trees, flowers, plants, etc. are just blossoming. Yeah, very nice, picturesque place. Highly recommend it. Definitely worth checking out for sure. But this place was absolutely heaving, full of people. I was told that Saturdays and Sundays are the worst days to go, but it is what it is. We had to make use of the time we were there for, and it wasn't long. And of course I had to get in a mandatory canal shot at the canals in Amsterdam. Of course, be very stupid not to. And of course Anthropic just had to piss me off with this email, right? I mean, just when I've got things working with OpenClaw even, I get this email informing me that from April 4th at 12 p.m, 8 p.m. BST, you'll no longer be able to use your Claude subscription for third-party harnesses such as OpenClaw or Hermes or any other solutions like that, which totally sucks. Which means that even though I'm on the gold plan, the max tier plan with Claude, they don't care. They're not honouring that at all. So if you want to use OpenClaw, then you've got to use their API. As you guys know, API is just so much more expensive. You pay an arm and leg for token usage, and there was no way that I was going to settle for that. So at the moment I'm currently using Claude Code. I've shifted from OpenClaw to Claude Code. I'll make a separate video on that, showing you guys exactly what that looks like. managed to do some pretty cool things with that so far, but that's for a separate video. So if you guys enjoyed that video, this was just basically a quick look at, well, not even a quick look, it's a 10-minute long video showing you my interactions with OpenClaw, just some quick clips of me in Amsterdam with the family. Had a great time there, by the way, guys, but the whole point of this was just to show you that yes, you can use a personal assistant in the cloud, such as OpenClaw or any other AI endpoint that you might have, to basically make your life a lot more convenient, right? Or make your plans a lot more easy, especially when you've got like a personal PA on tap, literally on tap. When I say on tap, I'm talking about tap, right? So you see what I did there, pun intended. So guys, if this video resonated with you, this is more of a practical use with AI, not just how to build a cool website that's got amazing video animations, or how to boost your how to reduce your token count with Claude Code, etc., etc. This is one of those slightly different videos where I've actually used AI for a real purpose, right? For planning my itinerary, to finding me convenient locations during my holiday there in the Netherlands, route planning. There was all sorts of other interactions I had with OpenClaw that I'm just not going to show you on this video because it's just far too many to show you, and that'd just be quite a boring video really. But overall, really, really good. Of course, as a human being, you're always going to have to provide your own input on things, but for the most part, AI did a splendid job, especially when it came to getting emails and information from various different areas that I'd had them in. So, you know, calendar entries that I had put to my Google Calendar, emails, etc., and just finding information online, bringing that all together and just giving me what I needed there and then, right? So yeah, massive time saver, massive help. But like I said, I have now ditched OpenClaw, completely removed it, simply because I just don't see the point of over engineering or thinking too much now about what agent is going to have which model, so on and so forth, because Anthropic are no longer allowing third-party harnesses like OpenClaw to be used. I'm not going to use the API, even if it's something like Claude Haiku or Claude Sonnet. Forget it. I'm just going to use Claude Code, and I'll turn Claude Code into my OpenClaw, so to speak, right? So far that's running well. I'm communicating with it via Telegram. I was about to say Instagram then. Telegram. And I've also got a mission control dashboard that I've rebuilt, which I'll show you in another video, but that's a different video. Drop a sub if you appreciate this content. It would really help this small channel grow. See you again.